next guest is a Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter who's also starred in such films as A Star is Born, Lone Star, and Blade. His latest film is A Soldier's Daughter Never Cries. Please welcome Kristofferson.
Great to be back.
Very nice to have you. You know what threw me for a loop a bit? I'm reading about you, and I've always thought of you.
Reading about you.
Yeah, I know.
You're
I get around.
on all the magazines now.
Well, I try.
Congratulations, man. 5 years.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. No, we're having a good time.
You're a real credit to your height.
Oh, thank you. That's great. You know, it's no one knows. No one knows. When I walk around outside, no one knows that I'm really tall.
They don't know it's you.
On TV, I come across as a very small, insignificant man. But when I walk down the street, that's all people say. Like, oh, he's tall. Look at that guy. He's tall.
You don't see any real tall talk show hosts.
That's right. There are no he-men left in this country.
Look what happened to Magic.
What?
Look what happened to
Magic.
Magic.
Why are you bumming everyone out right away? What's
no, well, it's because he was too tall. He made everybody look little. You know?
You think that was the main problem?
I think you're a real credit to your height. Yeah.
Okay, interesting analysis. Let's move on. You know what threw me for a loop, I gotta say, is that I've always pictured you as, you know, you seem like the lone rider, you know, and I picture you and Johnny Cash and, you know, riding across the plains in your long dusters and with your six-shooters. And then I find out that you live in Hawaii, which just seemed weird to me. I can't picture you in a floral short, you know, messing around, you know, with pigs and papayas. I just don't see it.
Well, I didn't want to. I got a whole bunch of little kids in the house now, and I didn't want to raise them in the city. So about 8 years ago.
So your only other option was Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
No,
I gotta get them out of Manhattan somehow. Well, where in Hawaii do you live?
I live in Maui, in a real small town on the slope of a volcano, and look out at an empty horizon.
Let's back the truck up and see what we hit. You live on a volcano?
Well, it's not an active volcano.
Not now. I mean,
you reckon that's why I got such a good deal on the land?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Well, no lava's come through here yet. Not really. No. Who lives on a volcano? Like a James Bond villain lives on a volcano. I trust you're comfortable, Mr. Bond. I'll kill you in a few hours, but first, let's hang out and eat food.
Well, I like to live on the edge, you know.
What's it like? Is steam coming out of the mouth of the volcano?
No, not at all. It's dormant. It's dormant.
But they always say, oh, you know, it was quiet for hundreds of years till it blew everybody up, you know?
That's probably why Willie lives on the other side over there.
Willie?
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson lives on the other side of the volcano?
He's got a place over on the other side, the place where all the golf courses are.
Right.
Because he plays.
They built the golf course also on the volcano.
Big hole in one.
There you go. This Hollywood Squares thing is going to work out just fine. You know what's funny is, and everyone, I think a lot of people know this about you, you've always had a rebel image. You've always had this sort of outsider image, but you were a great student. You were a Rhodes Scholar. You went to Oxford.
And I inhaled.
And what was it like? I mean, tell me. I mean, you're a Rhodes Scholar, okay? Your parents must have been extremely proud. And then you announced to them one day, I don't want to go off and be you know, a general in the Army. I don't want to be the President of the United States. What I want to be is a singer-songwriter. Were they just stunned when you told them that?
They thought I was either insane or a drug addict or worse, they said.
Or some interesting combination. Yeah, yeah. So
no, it was, fortunately, within months of making that decision, I was a janitor at Columbia Recording Studios, and such failure all at once sort of wiped the slate clean. All their expectations were gone.
Right.
And so
So you think it's a good thing if you really sink to the lowest level, then your parents don't expect much, and then you can.
Well, yeah.
This is good advice for kids.
Yeah.
In a perverse way, though, it is. You know, the only way up is only way to go is up.
I never regretted making the move there, though. It was a wonderful wonderful decision to follow my heart.
Sure.
And that's what I would tell my kids to do.
Well, what about you had a lot of tough jobs back then. What was the toughest job that you ever had before you became successful?
Wow. I've done just about every job you could do that doesn't take any brains so that I could still be a writer. But probably the toughest was when I was a Gandy dancer up in...
What's a Gandy dancer? That sounds like sort of a half cowboy, half stripper. It does. I'm gonna take my clothes off now.
The Gandy dancer is a worker on a railroad. It's at the very bottom of the food chain there. The guy who's swinging a pick and pulling the old rotten railroad ties out. I did that up on the Alaskan Railroad, and didn't do it a long time. I went off to fight forest fires up there, and that was pretty hard work.
You know what's
too.
great is that these are, though, kind of cool jobs, and you have the face to go with them. You really do. I mean that in a nice way. You have this sort of very... I can see you like, there's a fire over on the North Ridge. I best put it out. Riding up there, you know? I do. You seem like the kind of guy that could do it. It wouldn't work. I couldn't have a job, you know? What do you do, Conan? Well, I'm a Gandy dancer. Sure you are. Why don't you just run along?
Well, and Andrea back there in the makeup room said that I had a very nice face.
You do? I know. I meant that as a compliment.
I have a question. My mother thinks that Kris Kristofferson is the sexiest man in the entire universe. My mother, yes.
Wait a minute. That's not a question.
And what do you think of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Question for him.
Well, that's...
I got a question, too. You're pretty cool, mister. A Soldier's Daughter Never Cries is the movie that's out now.
Yes,
people should go check that. That opens tomorrow.
It's going to be out tomorrow.
That's select theaters everywhere, so check it out. And you're one of the cooler people on the planet. Thanks for stopping by. We love having you here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, very cool to have you here. Kristofferson. We're going to take a break, everybody. When we come back, very amusing guy Judd Hale is here with his almanac.